Okay, Chris, so thanks for coming online today to talk to me. And we just finished our last session of the
Yes.
3 sessions that we did. Now, I've just got a couple of questions to kind of get you ready, and then you can just chat and see what you want to tell people about. Okay?
uh, yes.
So before you came to see me the first time a few weeks ago, I know that you had been suffering for many years, yeah,
Yes.
with this form of anxiety. So just tell me a little bit, just what you feel comfortable with telling me about what life, not about the problem, because we've
hmm
agreed we're not going to talk about that in detail, but just tell me a little bit about what life was like then, if you could.
Well, having a problem of anxiety and tension and stress is very difficult because it's not something you can share. Nobody wants to hear how anxious and stressed you are. But I have had a problem for a long time at all sorts of different levels. It's not just one thing. It's all pervasive, and I had given up hope of getting any help with it because I've had it for so long. It had become a part of me that I couldn't separate, really. I was just used to living with it.
That's right.
And making changes in my life to cope with it. But after just one session with you, I definitely knew it was going to shift and that I was going to be in a different place entirely. So
Excellent.
thank you so much.
It's my
I
pleasure.
can't thank you enough.
It's my absolute pleasure. I remember seeing you after the first session. When we came to our second session, it was like seeing a different woman. You were so different, and even now, just to see how light and you just look lighter and brighter and much more confident and relaxed. But Chris, I've got a couple of questions for you about the process. So, no, you came to a point. I know you'd had this problem for many years, for a very long time, and you obviously got to the point where you felt like you wanted to do something about it. Now, I know a lot of people out there feel quite nervous about hypnosis, and actually, after you decided to work with me, I found out you told me that you were a hypnotherapist as well. But I'm just wondering, so I know that you know a lot about hypnosis, but as you know, we're all different and the way that we work is different. But could you just tell me a little bit about the process of having hypnosis, what that was like for you, and what that felt like being hypnotized, just for those people that might be a little bit nervous about the idea of having hypnosis?
Well, I think hypnosis can feel different, from my experience, can feel different to different people. But for me, I don't see it as being in a trance or anything. It's just allowing a hypnotherapist to speak to your whole self, not just the bit of you that meets the world, but the whole self, the subconscious included.
Yeah.
And that's how it felt.
Yeah, I love that way of looking at it. And I know the fact that when you decided to have a session with me, that you didn't have Skype on your computer, you hadn't used this sort of face call technology before. So tell me a little bit about how did you feel about having these sessions on Skype, and how was the reality of that for you?
Well, with the nature of my anxiety, I felt much safer on Skype than actually having to go and see somebody. It was really nice and so convenient and so nice and private. I didn't feel it was less private. I felt it was more private and all in my own home.
Yeah.
So no problem at all with that. I've not felt it's any different to meeting you. Yeah. It is just like meeting you. There's no delay in our discussion, not usually anyway. If I say something, you hear it straight away, and it's not like a bad phone call or anything. So no, it's wonderful and so nice to see you and to feel comfortable with you straight away, because if I hadn't, I could just shut the computer, couldn't I?
Yes, that's true. I'm so glad that you didn't. And I know some people might have the idea that when they're going to be hypnotized or have hypnotherapy, that they would need to be laying on a couch or laying back. So you as a hypnotherapist already knew that, but you've just been sitting in your chair, haven't you, when we've worked together, Chris? You've been
Yes.
in your office sitting in your chair.
Yes. I haven't found any problem at all with that. No, it's just not a problem. It's really how the person themselves feels most comfortable. I think for me, it wasn't a problem, and I was quite happy to be just sitting. So that was okay.
Fantastic. So just a couple of last questions for you, Chris. So obviously, we've said that you're feeling so much better now. People are probably wondering a little bit, what's life like for you now? I know you've... not that it's really related, it's kind of related. I know you just got back from the gym this morning, and
which is new and part of what we've done together. Yes.
Yeah. So just tell me a little bit about how you're feeling about your life now.
Well, I feel it's under control, and I feel entirely optimistic, totally optimistic. And about 3 months before I came to see you, I was almost suicidal. I can honestly say that. That's my phone, sorry.
Yeah, that's fine.
So, yes, I just had a real dip about 3 months ago. And then I saw an article you'd written in the Daily Mail. Mm-hmm. And I didn't think for a moment I'd ever get to see you because you are in Brighton. And then when you said you work with Skype, I thought that was magical, absolutely an opportunity I couldn't have, I wouldn't expect to have with living so far away from you.
Yeah, it's been a great experience for us both, Chris, and you've been, I've just loved the way you've embraced everything that we've done. We have even, because we did so well after just one session, we've even been experimenting a little bit with some new stuff and playing around with some different techniques and having some fun, really, haven't we, in our last session. So just one last question for you. If you could sum up your sessions and how you're feeling now in one word, what would it be?
Happy. I just feel very happy and relaxed and good about my life. Sorry, that's loads of words.
That's excellent. I love them all. That's brilliant. So, thanks so much for coming online to do this video today, Chris. I know it's going to help a lot of people get an idea, a bit of a flavour for the help that's available to them. And
Yes.
And that's just fantastic that you've done that. Really appreciate it. So thanks so much.
Well, yes, I hope it does encourage people to contact you because it's just so simple and easy to do it. And you're so helpful.
Oh, thank you. That's lovely.